I had an opportunity to do a key or two off stream here this weekend around March Madness, and I figured I might as well record this one. This is 19 Necrotic Wake, and we actually have 2 people with Forset in the group. So we have Marksmanship Hunter, who if the Inspect feature worked properly, you would see that he has Forset. We also have Demon Hunter with Forset. This Demon Hunter Forset looks insane, by the way. Metamorphosis duration is increased, and every 60 Fury you consume reduces the cooldown of meta by 1 second. I'd love to see what that looks like, and Hunter also has it, which we know is really good. A Warrior doesn't have any set. He's got a, I don't know what's going on here. It looks like he's got Azerite armor on. It's not Azerite armor, but we'll see. 19, first 19 we've done. Obviously, a lot of people are doing a lot higher than that. You know, whatever, a little slow myself, but you know, I think honestly on Alliance, I'm doing pretty good here. There's a very limited amount of keys, and I actually think it's pretty good to be doing 19s right now. So we'll see. We're going to pull all 5 of these here. I asked somebody to help me grab the left pack. We'll see if that ends up happening. And as long as we can establish threat before everybody dies, this is a really easy way to do this pack on a non-dangerous trash week. I actually used the trinket, which we did, and we did grab it. Sweet. Okay, so we have Ice Bomb, pretty much obviously every CD up available here if we need it. Just need to make sure we're interrupting. Make sure we do that. And we can also stop the meat shield, use Ice Bomb here. And a small amount of magic damage, so you might as well just rip AMS. Not gonna need it for a while, I don't think. And we are in trouble now. Okay, Vamplood's back, so we're going to interrupt meat shield. And that's that. Explode the ghoul. And rune weapon use again. Really can't wait till I get at least 2 set, man. I've been seeing some absolutely nuts things with Blood DK 2 set, especially before set apparently makes it way better. I didn't even really... I guess I missed some things, man, but yeah. You can easily get to like the max amount of stacks of the 2 set now, which is 75 apparently. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out. This pack is obviously harder than the last one, but it's actually one of the harder packs in here for me, I feel like. I think it's usually because I've committed all my CDs to that first pack, and sometimes that causes some issues. So I'm not really going to be paying attention to the DPS, but you guys are welcome to do it and leave some comments, because I'm sure there's going to be some good numbers. We'll take a look at overall, obviously, provided this goes well. If you're watching this, it went well. Spoiler. If it's a complete calamity, I won't be publishing it, of course. Well, unless there's something, unless there's some other reason to publish it. Maybe there'll be a secondary reason. We had a group, this is actually the same warrior I just play with in another key, Inspires, and he missed with the spear. He used the spear and missed. So hopefully that won't play through in this dungeon, but I don't think there's any real reason, any way you could actually miss with anything in this dungeon. Okay, so the trick here is just waiting for the relic guy to spawn, and then we throw that. And he's dead. Now we spawned some little bugs. I missed an orb. Somebody didn't get an orb though. Not great. But I'm assuming our damage is going to carry us here. Been doing a bunch of 17s and they've been a joke, and been working on 18s on stream this week, and then finally getting into my first 19. And all along the way it's just been just go damage basically. Like if you have good damage, you will upgrade any key. And that's pretty much what it's feeling like. Right now, Forset is carrying people, and honestly, it's going to even get crazier next week. So next week we'll definitely be seeing 20s, provided the week isn't completely awful. I hope. I mean, I don't... I guess if it's a really bad week, maybe people will go backwards in keys, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people with 18s and 19s listing next week. So next week should have a lot more time to play too, March Madness. The first 4 days of it are really big. There's games on right now, but I really wanted to get some keys in. I just didn't have more than an hour or 2 to get them in, so I didn't stream. Recording this on Sunday. But yeah, the tournament is one of my favorite things ever, like honestly. Probably one of the coolest sporting events ever. They ever did this with WoW. Single elimination, huge field tournament with all different types of people involved. I mean, it's not really the same type of game, so you can't really have it, but it'd be interesting to see. I'm sure there's even like the best groups fail at times, right? Like that's the thing about it. That's the thing that's so cool about March Madness is single elimination, you know? So like Kentucky, you know, a lot of people thought they were one of the top 5 teams in the country, if not the top 4. And they lost in the first round to a team that nobody had anything on their radar with, you know? And then Kentucky, then that loss went on to be more than just a fluke. And St. Peter's, the team that beat them, actually won their second game too. So it's like, could you imagine if there was some kind of, I don't know, some kind of equivalent in WoW? It's just so exciting, man. It's just always so exciting. I'm not really sure why other sports don't try to do it. I was talking about this with golf. Like, could you imagine if, not many people probably even watch golf, but it's like the playoff system for golf is very boring compared to a lot of other sports. And they try to get you excited for it all season, which is what a lot of people think is super lame, because it's like literally it's more like probably 7 months away, and they're already talking about the race, the FedEx Cup. It's like, dude, nobody cares. So just trying to get like more excitement, you know? It's always good. All right, anyway, so we have a big pack coming up here. Hopefully we won't use the Kyrian orbs now. If we do use it now, it's not the end of the world. It's just going to slow us down pretty severely. I would definitely rather use them. Yeah, we're using them now, it looks like. Okay. So if we don't use them now, what I'm a lot more confident doing is pulling all of this stuff here. But if we don't have them up for that, that's really risky. This pack is actually, the pack that I'm talking about could actually be very dangerous. It's mostly because there's a lot of casters, and so I could easily find myself dying. So since the first 19 anyway, we might as well just take it slow and just get good use out of all of our CDs instead of rushing through it. You see there's basically 3 different casters in this pack, and then there'd be 3 different casters in that pack, plus the relics. So if everything dies really quick, then yeah, it's super easy to pull all those together. And especially this week, I'm very eager to do such a thing. But we'll go small. And you know what? And then we still have a few seconds of the buff anyway, so it's like it works out. It works out. It's just safer, and this dungeon is so easy numerically that it's just... So the shaman's definitely, you could tell, quite a timid player. Just based on the way they're using their CDs. Like, I don't think anybody even took damage there. That was probably like the safest time in the pack, to be honest, because we still had like 10 seconds of the buff healing each other here. Now is the time that you might need Link. So a lot of people probably don't know this, but this Dark Shroud is actually, it does a lot of damage and makes it immune to physical damage. And you need to interrupt that. If you don't, then... Or you need to purge that, I mean to say. So as a shaman, they can purge it. I think it's a magic, so I don't know what other... I think Hunter can still do magic. I don't even... I'm not really sure what Hunter can and can't do, but I know shaman obviously can do it. See, I always do that. But then Plater marks them on their own, because the pack over there gets marked for the skull there. As long as we interrupt these casts, though, these guys are... It's so strange, like, I don't know if they actually intended these shields to be... to be like this, where they just kill the mobs for you. I'd imagine it was probably not intended to scale like this, and then it just got out of control, and they never wanted to change it because they didn't want to have everybody go backwards. I don't actually remember what Season 1 Necrotic was like. Necrotic Wake was like, that is. But I remember a lot of people saying it was a very tough dungeon. In fact, if you go look at Wowhead, you can actually see how tough the dungeon was rated, like 7th best dungeon or something like that in Season 1. Which is odd, considering what it looks like now. I remember at one point they like nerfed the health of the trash by like big nerfs. Like I've never seen them like actually straight up like nerf trash before. I remember making a video on it. I'm out of wine. It's not great. Okay, anyway, here we go. Better dismiss the goal just in case. This pack always a little awkward here because People tend to either, I don't know if they think we're aggroing the big pack or do something dumb and aggro the big pack, but it's quite a pain in the ass to get it all. So I think the trick is to just run further in. Problem is that sorcerer, but of course we can grip it. And there's the dismantler. He's going to dismantle us. He's going to try. So we need to dodge his frontal when that happens. Something's going to happen. Not going to occur, and yep, there's the pack, as always. I mean, I don't even understand that. Like, that's... I can't help them at this point. Like, we were nowhere near that pack, you know? But it just doesn't even matter. Like, I'm sure we still upgrade this no matter what. Even if we go, like, 20% over count. Somebody getting that spear? There's a spear here, guys. No. Are you serious? That's okay. Not continuing until somebody gets that. There's no way we're doing the second boss without the spears. Or the third boss, that is. I've been liking using 3 spears on that boss there. That seems like the right choice. Crazy damage, man. I just don't. I definitely hope that the legendary will give me enough power because I'm still don't even have 2 set. It's hard to actually keep up offensively with these guys, keeping threat. I don't know, I'm not really impressed with Demon Hunter stuff that I have seen. And the guy doesn't interrupt, so they're just taking damage from that. It's so strange to me, man. Like, if you're fighting a mini boss that literally spawned as a seasonal affix and you let casts go through from it, it's like, well, you're really confused, huh?
You dare deny me the sky? Then I shall
Okay, this is not really
kind.
not really that big of a deal, but this is confusing.
Paragon, there is nothing you can do to stop us.
Confused by what this guy's doing.
No matter.
This boss is all kinds of weird, I don't know. Hopefully they finally figured it all out, but it was like really messed up for a while there. Whoa, again? I'll just mind control that one then, since I failed to Gorfins it. You can mind control one of these just like a hunter can trap it, as long as we don't accidentally break the trap, which definitely can happen. Now my stun is not up, so I'm just gonna let that go. Typically, I wonder how many people know that. I should probably make a separate video on that, but if the mob is CC'd when the explosion goes off, it does not explode, or whatever you would say. So you can actually stun it too. A single stun works too. So you could even just not kill the mobs and just AoE stun them right as the thing goes off and you're good. That works too. For whatever reason. I feel like we're missing one. Aren't we missing one? Wow, people getting hit by that? That guy is somehow still alive. I cannot believe it. He's not going to be alive for very long. Could have stunned it, but I was very worried about that guy dying, so I didn't want to add any actual danger to the fight by releasing the ad just in case.
The fallen shall serve me again.
Fucking Rock Alley, man. I'm looking forward to Shamans having the Rock Alley legendary on again, because that's really nice damage for bosses, but man, it's kind of annoying when the Rock Alley just starts dragging the mobs all around. Okay, so yet again we didn't accurately stun the, oh, and see that happen there. Somebody broke the thing before it was time.
again.
Gorfians is back up. Oh, boss is dead. A little sloppy there. 3 deaths, 2 of them there.
Use us.
Your arrival proved timely, yet the
I think that's what
battle
happened.
rages
I don't know.
on.
I mean, I'm not
We
sure what else
cannot
would have
rest
caused that
until
much
these
damage.
invaders are purged from our skies.
I didn't see who broke it, but we can watch and post and find out.
I will lead the effort here, while my disciples bring you to the necropolis.
Okay, so I've been getting this pack and this pack. It seems like the right choice here.
Prepare to strike at the next temple.
Just a moment longer.
Beware.
The parts for my new creation have arrived at last.
Beware.
A little bit of dodging to do, but that's about it. Because you can actually use this to hit the or whatever you spawn. Mini boss. So that's really nice. I didn't have stun up. That's dangerous. I was relying on stunning that. I had no plans on moving out of it, but my stun was used without me even noticing. And do a lot of subconscious decision making. And then when it comes to the conscious decision making, I don't realize that they're competing on both that, you know.
Beware.
Alright, anyway, Pack's gonna walk into us basically over here, which is ideal. We don't even have to go and get it. The spare parts, they just fixate. We're not worried about those fellas. Let them deal with that. We're going to interrupt drain fluid and gore splatter on the collector, and then just make sure we always survive the mutilate, which should be very easy this week, but you know, 19 we'll see, I suppose. Raging as well. We have no actual... Oh no, we have a hunter, yeah. And we do get the interrupt from the hunter. Yeah, if he hits me with this with 4 stacks, I'll probably die, to be honest. So we need to be ready for that if it does happen. Pretty much always going to get this gore splatter cast first, so we can just be ready to kick that. And then the Earth spawns, which actually makes this pack potentially harder for me right now. As long as it dies fast, and I don't get too many stacks. But like you see, I have actually both debuffs currently. So this is going to be a problem, I think. Well, Icebound, and nobody interrupts gore splatter. Literally nobody even tried to interrupt. Only one interrupt. On CD, I'll interrupt, no problem. Really can't, I should focus on doing that, but I wouldn't expect 0 people to try to interrupt that. Especially when we have such a good comp for interrupting. Okay, anyway, that was not really dangerous. I made too big a deal about that. I thought maybe having the deconstruct buff or whatever alongside the actual armor debuff would just really multiply, but... I don't know, that wasn't really dangerous. No issues. Okay, we'll get the gore splatter interrupt. We can also stop all these casts. Different things. Lots of different casts here. And this is, next pack is going to be the 2 guys, which is kind of a pain when people don't accurately let them come to the middle. If you can quickly get them to the middle, you can do much better damage to them. But if some DPS is like standing on them when they spawn, it oftentimes makes them just hang out where they start. And then you got them completely separated outside of AoEs. And yeah, just stopping that with anything we have like grip or stun or anything like that will work. And otherwise we want to make sure that we are not getting hit by that. Or not letting somebody get hit by that if they're actually going to die to it. The arrow, that is. So same thing here. Yeah, see how they're standing right next to each other now, so... They're easy, so that guy's gonna get hit by both, and he actually uses shell there. Oh, and I soaked the wrong one like an idiot. Oh man, that was a big mistake. I saw him have both on him. I was like, okay, I need to soak one for him. But I soaked the one that was gonna hit the other mob. So don't do that, big mistake. Only soak if you don't think they're gonna get hit. So this one, I'll soak this one for this guy. because it does a lot of damage, and especially with raging, it probably one-shot somebody. Fortified weak, I think it definitely one-shots people, so keep that in mind. Okay, so the warrior has the spear. Okay, another death. I'm gonna use the orb there too. That seems like gotta do that, because not only does it help kill the pack, but or the boss, but it also helps kill the and the other mob that's still up at that point usually, which I do think is useful. Getting that down as fast as possible is really nice, because there is a fair amount of damage going on the fight, despite it being like a huge DPS race. Oh my god, this guy got hit by that. A lot of mistakes up here, but I think you're starting to see just how simple this key can be, like timer-wise. I mean, yeah, obviously we have very good DPS, I'm sure, but got hit again. Yeah. I was a little late on that. I should have used that prior to the mechanic. But yeah, these guys aren't really dangerous. They were really dangerous in Season 1, but, you know, they nerfed everything tank-wise. Did he get hit a third time? The fuck? Did you get hit thrice? That's hilarious. It didn't even come close to killing him though, so it's really not a big deal. But
How vexing! Rotsview, get to work and don't fail me like your predecessor.
okay, anyway, he'll use his spear, and then as soon as he does, I'll taunt the boss, and we'll make sure that we quickly have the orb going as well, and that should do a big chunk of damage. Obviously, with this group, we're expecting it to go really well damage-wise, but I think we obviously take the risk out of it and use that final spear as well. I think I should have spear on top of the hammer, but even if I don't, I'll use the hammer too. I'm not really sure if like using both spears at the same time is a good or a bad thing. So let me know, guys, if you have any opinions on that. I think it's a bad thing because the buff doesn't stack. But I wonder if the second spear does more damage because of the first spear's buff. I don't actually know the answer to that. But so I don't know. I think it's delaying it for the next phase is better. That's what I've been doing and it works. But because maybe you don't even need it. Maybe if you wait, you find out you don't even need it, you know? And that would be a really good option there, to just wait. So we just want her. And I don't know if they can still get gripped, but, you know, last time, in the beginning of the season, they were able to be gripped, so I'm just going to move it away here. Just in case. Why does that guy got a bleed on him? What even is that? Okay, we're using the spear. Did he use it? Use the weapon. It's not gonna hit. Oh, it does hit. Wait, the difficulty of this fight actually comes from the Stitch Flesh creation. For the tank, at least. Okay, so we are obviously gonna need the second. Did we even use it? No. Like, what the fuck? My god, man, these people are so bad. I'm gonna die here, I think. This is really dangerous. I'm gonna use this hammer too. This is so fucking dangerous, man. Like, these guys do so much damage. I don't understand this. I don't know how that actually hits him there. Rock Elliot actually just saved the day, straight up. Whew. And that's so scary, man, because if you die there, it's so easy to turn into a wipe, and I can come close to dying there every time I do it. But yeah, it looks like we're on our way to double, as long as this boss goes well. Somebody else used a hammer on that too, which is very alarming. That scared the hell out of me, to be honest. I saw like a small amount of damage go on the boss. I was like, was that the spear? That's all it does on 19? I don't know. Nobody, I don't know if we just didn't use it or... Probably the same guy who, this is a warrior who failed to use the spear on the last, like I said, he missed. He threw the spear. We pulled the big pack, you know, like on the right side of Spires, and he missed. I have like, what's that, like 12 mobs in that pack? Maybe like 10. I have like 10 mobs all together, and he misses. It's all the way down the stairs. So I try to quickly run and grip them, but because he has this stupid Spear of Bastion down, when I Gore Fiends them all into the spear, they just go flying back away from the spear. It's like, well, that was useless. We almost actually wiped to it because of that, because now I got all the mobs separated and nobody's casting, or nobody's interrupting anything, you know, because they're expecting the spear to come. We did not wipe to it. We upgraded that key, no problem. And now we do this key and upgrade this, no problem. Very easy. I mean, honestly, definitely could have done much higher this week. I see people talk about doing like above 20s already this week, so maybe I'll try to do a few more. Well, today, Monday, is when I'm publishing this, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I just don't know. It's so such an easy week, but I just feel like it's kind of a point. Like, it's just, I'm just racing to a red light regardless, because next week we're getting such power that no matter what, we'll be there, and I'll have a lot more time. It might be tight. Double upgrade here. We'll see. This boss does take a while. You know, we used all the weapons already, so kind of out of fear. I probably should have not used that hammer there, but Shaman is actually doing a good job healing. They're a little snow blind at times, I feel. A little bit shocked by the damage. It feels like reactions are kind of weak, but as long as you actually play Shaman, you know what I mean? Like, unlike some people who just never use CDs. This fella's here used Spurling pretty well in the last 2 dungeons, I would say. Or at least they're using it. Whether or not they used it well, I can't say, but good enough for my tastes. Some people just sit on the CD, and that just drives me absolutely wild, man. It's so frustrating. Yeah, so we'll take a look at the overall. Obviously, Warrior is going to be 3rd overall. I can't imagine how that wouldn't be the case, but we'll compare the Hunter and the Demon Hunter at least, because they are both very good classes right now offensively. Demon Hunter seems very interesting to me. I don't know if anybody out there is playing it, like, seriously, but tell me how good that foresight is. That sounds really fun. I've always liked Demon Hunter, Havoc Demon Hunter, because of meta, man. It's just so freaking fun to have meta up. I loved it in BFA, and I played that, like, stupid, it was like a meme build where you just had demon or whatever metamorphosis up like constantly, and what was that, Heart of, I can't remember the name. It was one of the essences. Can't remember the names of the essences, obviously, because I can't remember the name of anything. But yeah, it was a really fun build to just have that up constantly, and the random procs would be really fun too. Well, looks like it's gonna be a double. We'll see. It's gonna be close. 50 seconds. And if we get more than one shield here, I guess. Some pot, I guess, to solidify it. Yeah, I'm just not sure if it Tyrannical and Fortified are gonna end up being balanced this season. This is shocking how easy this week was, but obviously Volcanic is just basically not in a fix. And but yeah, in general, you know, in history, Fortify was much better. So okay, 16.4k overall, 14.4k overall, 7 points for that only. That's surprising. We got pants we don't want, but let's take a look at the damage breakdowns here. Aim shot. So I see. I don't really get it. I don't really know what the spells do, but I keep seeing rapid fire being top damage for hunters. And this guy, I have a feeling I played with this god tank before. Oh, thanks for saying that. Welcome to YouTube. Anyway, yeah, that's a strange breakdown to me. Pretty crazy. So, but in terms of Demon Hunter itself, I don't really see. I guess we can see what the uptime on Metamorphosis was. 48% of the key, he had it. seems pretty good, man. That seems pretty good. 48%. Let me know what you guys think about that. But anyway, that's it. Might be our last key for the week, so I just wanted to throw a recording up of that. Take a look and let me know what you guys think about the whole DPS situation and keys and all that. So it's been interesting, man. We'll see you guys soon. New week starting on Tuesday. And obviously, we're going to be getting our legendary first thing. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.